Hey, how's it going? Coach D here from All Out Athletes. And we're here as performance coaches to help you get to the next level. Some athletes work out and then they burn out before they finish their workout. So maybe instead of always listening to music, you could turn on the podcast and ignite your motivation muscles. We'll help you boost your confidence and energy to sustain that energy you need throughout the workout. And once again, joining me is a professor in sports psychology, author, speaker, the great Dr. Gilbert. How's it going, Doc?
Hey, Coach D. Think of this. How many questions have you answered in your life? All the quizzes, all the exams. You go to the doctor, you answer questions. Your parents ask you questions. If you're older, your kids ask you questions. You go to registry of motor vehicles, they ask you questions. People are constantly asking you questions. You're constantly answering questions. And what we're going to do today is we're going to ask you the most important question of your whole life. The most important question anybody will ever ask you, and the most important question that anybody that you'll ever answer. And here's the question, and we've asked you this maybe 20 times on these podcasts. The question is, are you going to go all out, or are you going to hold back? You've heard that before. Are you going to go all out, or are you going to hold back? Now, are you a student? If you're a student, do you go all out? No, you think when you get an A, you went all out. No, you got an A. That doesn't mean you went all out. That means you're better than other people that didn't go all out. Oh, if you're an athlete, oh, of course I went out. I won. No, that means you beat somebody that wasn't as good as you. It doesn't mean you went all out. Been teaching for over 40 years. I've had over 12,000 students. You know how many of my students went all out? 8. Do I have 8 up? 8. Now you say, how could you remember only 8 students? I can remember only 8 students because there were only 8 of them. If there were 180, I wouldn't remember 180, but I can remember 8. And you know, the 8 had in common? Here's what they had in common. They'd speak to me before or after class, or they'd come to my office and say, Dr. Gilbert, you were talking about that motivation stuff. How could I learn more about that? The only 8 people have ever said, how could I learn? Everybody else says, how could I get extra credit? How could I get a higher grade? Can I get the paper in late? That's not going all out. How could I learn more about that? That's going all out. Is it better to go all out and lose, or hold back and win?
Oh, it's better to go all out no matter what you do.
Yeah. So, but you don't believe this. Not you, but the people watching this. The reason you want to go all out and lose, because if you hold back and win, you think it's all right to hold back. If you play it safe and win, you think it's all right to play it safe. No, it's not. It's much better to take the chance and go for it, even if your coach hates you, than to play it safe. Go for the stolen base. Go for the 3-point shot. Really. But what we're really talking about is go all out in practice. Wait until they put the lights out in the gym and keep shooting anyway. What do you think, Coach D?
I think I love the message to, because as you're saying, when practice is over, I'm good. We're good. Well, wait a minute. You went all out. You have nothing left. You're passed out in the corner. What else do you have?
Okay, I'm sorry I usurped your message today, but this is so important. Most people, they think, I win, I went all out. No, you won. You just won. It doesn't mean you went all out. You might have fallen asleep and you still could have probably beaten them.
And if you hold back and win and you're so concerned about winning, that means a loss is coming.
Yeah, I like that.
Gonna get you. Somebody's gonna get you. So you want to train to hold back, and you keep holding back. Well, we're up by 15, so I don't need to keep scoring. No, you pour it on. Give everything you've got. I know there's a great basketball coach from St. Anthony's. He said he had one goal: to make the other team give up in the first quarter. What was he saying?
I heard that.
Yeah, I want the other team. I want to take their heart. I want to take them out of the game in the first quarter, because he wanted his team to go all out, because he knew every team he played in New Jersey, they were going to beat by 30 or 40. So how do you challenge your athletes? Make them give up in the first quarter. But most think, oh, we're going to win this game, so why do I have to go crazy? We know it's halftime. We're up by 5, but we know we're going to win we should be up by 30. And if you're a hockey player in another sport and you're up by 2 goals at the end of the first period, you should have I'm going to be up by 5 after the second period. There should be that constant, we're going higher, 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 that all-out fire that does not get put out. All Out is a fire that continues to burn throughout training. No failure takes away your all-out attitude. No loss takes away your all-out attitude. Doc said, go all out and lose, and then go all out and lose. And then you will go all out and beat that team you're not supposed to beat. If it's all about winning, stop holding back, because eventually you're going to lose because you're holding back against the teams you should be going all out against.
So let's finish this up. We're going to dedicate this message to the coach that Coach D was just talking about, Bobby Hurley, formerly from St. Anthony High School. He was an all-out coach. You know how I know? Once I met him and I asked him to come to my class, and he agreed. Not for any money. He just agreed to come to my class and talk. The date we agreed to was the date after he was upset in the playoffs in New Jersey. I'm sure he didn't want to show up in my class. He showed up in my class. He was unbelievable. And somebody said, Coach, what makes you such a great coach? And he said, I don't own golf clubs. What? What does that have to do with anything? He said, you know, when me and my buddies, we go to these basketball camps in the summer. My buddies take their golf clubs. After they do their session in the morning, they go play golf. Not me. I go to everybody else's session. A first-year coach, a 20-year coach, a 90-year coach. I go to everybody's session because I want to get 1 or 2 drills. That's all I want. I want 1 or 2 drills I could use the next season. That's an all-out coach. I want 1 or 2 drills from a whole week. He wasn't going to the camp so he could make a few bucks. He was going to the camp so he could get a couple of drills. He's already the best high school basketball coach of all time, and he wants to be better. That's all out.
I love the message. I love it. And if you're in a field, any field that you're passionate about, no matter what it is, no matter what sport, you're a coach, whatever you love to do, if you're not going to go all out, then get out of the way so someone else can. We'll see everybody next week. 10 most powerful 2-letter words. If it is to be, it is up to me. And it's all up to you. It's up to your attitude if you're going to go all out or hold back. And that's the decision you make when you start every training session, in every game, and every time you step on the court, field, or ring. We'll see everybody next week. Thanks, Doc.